cold day here in North Carolina. I say cold, it's in the 30s. So, but that's cold for me. But it's a clear day, no rain. We had a lot of rain yesterday.
You know, it's interesting to talk about cold, Alan. I was thinking of you last week, and then literally it got warm, and it felt like
Yeah,
summer.
I mean, it
And
was
then
70
now,
degrees there Monday, I think.
yeah, exactly. It was like 50 or 60 in Pittsburgh in
Yeah.
December, which is unheard of. So we just can't predict the weather. That would be a gambling thing, right? What is the weather going to be? Is it going to be correct? Can you, so our topic today, will taxes go down in retirement? Alan, is a big question for people in retirement, isn't it?
It absolutely is, Neil. I want you to know, I want people out there to know that I'm a certified financial fiduciary, and I'm also a certified tax and business advisor, but I'm a tax strategist. Now, I don't give tax advice. That's for your CPA and attorney, but I'm a tax strategist, and my team are aware of tax financial strategies uh, with all the processes that go along with them that your CPA or attorney may not know of or know very little about. But I want to challenge everybody's assumption that they think their taxes are going to go down in retirement because uh, the income's going to go down. I mean, it's not going to happen. And I'll explain why.
Yeah. Alan, if your income is lower, won't your taxes be also?
Well, when the 401k became the mainstream vehicle for retirement beginning in 1981, it was introduced initially by the Revenue Act of 1978, and taxes were very high. 50% was our tax bracket for earnings, and 70% was our tax bracket for passive income. So when the deferral of paying taxes was offered, the country moved to it in droves, and rightfully so at this time because those taxes for the last 4 decades using dollar cost average into the equity market so people made more money and then they offered them lower taxes in retirement. And as long as their income did, in fact, go down, this has made Americans expect that they almost have a legal right to expect lower taxes. And I tell people right now, we've got the lowest tax rates we've had in 70 years. And they need to do the Roth conversions and everything right now because, believe me, in retirement, that they're not. And I'm going to explain here in a minute.
Alan, I know our national debt is out of control. What if will effect this have?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, the circumstances in 2024 could not be more different than they were in the early 1980s. With over 34 billion, a trillion federal deficit and an annual federal budget of $7 trillion, most importantly, with the retirement of our first entire generation, the baby boomers, into Social Security and Medicare, right now, 40% of our baby boomers are already retired. And by the year, I believe it's 2028, 98% will be. So just with our own federal congressional budget office, that's forecasted the tax rates once the baby boomers retire will have to go up by over 60%. Now that's just unbelievable. And that's just to fund what we're doing right now. But
Alan, what? Yeah, yeah.
well, even Bloomberg came out last year in 2023, and the average couple will lose $17,000 in benefits because Social Security has massive financial problems, and it always had. Neil, the problem with Social Security, it's a math problem. When it was first introduced in 1935, I believe it was not paid out till 1942. There were 54 workers, I believe, or 52 for one individual. Now there's 3 for one individual. In a couple of years, there's only going to be 2 for one individual. But life expectancy for a man for at that time was 62. You could not get your Social Security until 65, and now you can get it at 62. But life expectancy for a man is 65. For a woman is, or excuse me, 85, and for a woman is 87. It's a math problem.
Alan, what else will factor into this?
When you couple all this with our current GDP of 27.3 trillion against the debt of nearly $35 trillion, what you have, Neil, is an unsustainable debt to GDP ratio of 127%, which leads us to a debt spiral where we are currently increasing our deficit by almost $1 trillion every 100 days. Understand this. The bottom line is simply this: don't expect the middle class to enjoy taxes of 25% or less in retirement while we continue our massive spending and astronomical increases. It's just not mathematically feasible. Expecting low tax rates in retirement simply because we have always been low. His disregarding of our country is done over these past 40 years. And for those who state, Alan, how can you say the taxes are going to go up? So this is what I have to say to you. Let's say you go down interstate northbound and you see in the distance there's a car coming at you in the opposite direction. Now, do I know that the car is going to hit you? No, I don't know it, but the probability is very, very high. But with every fiber in your being, you're ultimately trying to change lane to get out of your immediate harm's way, and that's where we're at today.
Alan, is there anything that can be done then?
Well, absolutely, but it takes planning. Everybody's got to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, make one. If you do have one, improve on it. But my clients prefer to control the retirement income and not leave it to chance. The government will sometimes decide when they need more and more income from your retirement dollars by increasing taxes. Now, then what I do is I teach people to think outside the box of conventional financial planning. And very few people, Neil, understand the insurance companies have the best tax code approved, tax-free retirement system available today that gives you guaranteed income and eliminates and mitigates the risk in retirement that a stock portfolio only compounds. Now, understand this. How do I know this? It's because I've got this financial strategy for myself right now. I'm 72 years of age. I can access this money anytime I want to. I don't need it because I'm still working and I've got a pension from the military. My wife's got a pension from civil service and I'm getting Social Security. I don't need it, but if I wanted to, I could take out $105,000 every year of tax-free money for the rest of my life. Now, $105,000 non-taxed, that's like today's tax standards, that's almost $150,000 in my tax bracket. So here's the thing. This is just not my opinion. But these are the things I learned from the PhDs in retirement. Dr. Robert Babel, Dr. David Molesky, David Babel, Dr. Robert Molesky, among others. I think, no, it's Moshe Molesky, I'm sorry. But it's based on mathematical, scientific, and economic facts. Now, these guys don't belong to any company. They don't sell any products, but they know how to have an optimal retirement. They know that you must have guaranteed income in retirement. And it's already been proven that people that rely on the stock market or stock portfolio in retirement have a less healthy life, unhappier life, because they're always worried about the ups and downs of the market. Now, the market is doing great right now, but who knows what can happen? And I think with the political situation, it may continue to do great, but it only takes one hiccup. What if things go wrong in Russia and Ukraine? I mean, what if Putin launches a nuclear weapon? Things are going to go to hell in a handbasket. I mean, it's just, there's so many things out there that people need to plan for. But having guaranteed income in retirement is probably the number one because it will reduce or eliminate, like I said, the risk in retirement. The number one risk in retirement, running out of money before you run out of life, sequence returns risk, government risk, tax risk, longevity risk, which is a risk multiplier, market risk. I can eliminate all these risks. A stock portfolio only compounds.
Well, it's definitely great information, Alan. Where can people find you? I know they can go and contact you first at strategic wealth, the number 0 at gmail.com. Call you at 910-551-1046 or email you at strategicwealthstrategies.com. Or contact you, go to strategicwealthstrategies.com. You know what, Alan? The biggest thing is you can save people, first of all, everything and have a great retirement, tax-free. But if you're a business right now, you could save them a boatload of money by just contacting you and literally change their lives, especially with the taxes and how it works. And some people might owe taxes for a couple of years and need to fix things. Well, guess what? There's opportunities now. Just contact Alan today. You have a lot of programs out there.
I've got a lot. In fact, I just got finished with the webinar. We've got 7 new tax saving strategies that will give you tax deductions and tax credits. Now, I hope people enjoyed listening to this. If you want to know more, get a hold of me. But it's all about education, and you're not going to get it from your conventional financial planner.
All right. That